Oh, Hannah, you're a gift. So, Hannah, what were you just saying?
Oh yeah, I'm a gift to society.
No, go on.
And everything what I was talking about Rosie O'Donnell, it was about Roseanne Barr.
So Hannah thought
I
that when I was
her.
talking about Rosie O'Donnell, Hannah was actually thinking that I was talking about Roseanne Barr.
Exactly.
Okay, so actually maybe I should preface, I should take this bit out. Folks, right, so just to preempt what you're about to hear, when I'm talking about Rosie O'Donnell, Hannah thinks I'm talking about Roseanne Barr. So that's who Hannah thinks she's talking about. Hannah, you do have a habit of just placing things on the ground, which I call them landmines, and it's torture. All you have to, there's lots of levels and in a room.
I think
I would suggest,
in your room, all the levels are taken, and this level I just cleaned for the past hour.
Okay, that's an exaggeration. Okay, but anyway, let's moving on to other business. Let's talk about your jacket now, because you came in today and you were talking about your Sandro jacket, and everyone was jealous.
Sandro,
so let's
Paris.
talk about it.
So I got the jacket in the city for €50.
Right.
The jacket,
And
which cost probably about €600-700.
Right.
So it was, there were women selling end of line or samples from the collections.
Yes.
So I spotted it, and it just talks money, style.
Yeah.
Design.
And where did you get it? What was the name of the place?
Oh, a place called Chupi.
Chupi.
Chupi. It's like a
Pop-up kind of situation.
Yeah, over Chupi. I mean, the Chupi, it's a brand which designs jewelry, like fine jewelry. Mm-hmm. So it was above Chupi. And we got those girls who stopped you. We met the girls who stopped you, who were your fans.
The girls who stopped me. Oh yes. Oh, we met some people on the street, and then I said, "Where have you been?" And they said, "This place Chupi." And then Hannah was on it like a rat. No, like a dog on a rat.
Dog on a rat. No, what do you say?
A rat up a drain pipe or something. And you went up there and you bought a few different things. But anyway, you're particularly delighted with this purchase because that Sandro jacket. I don't know. Is it a bomber jacket? I don't know what the fabric is.
It's a bomber jacket.
It's Bono. But to buy that retail brand new when it was out, it would have been 500-600, you reckon?
Definitely.
And you got it for 50.
Also, it's style.
Yeah, but
it's
now
unique.
But you see the way I'm giving
standing out. It's the quality of stitching of material. It's made in France.
Daniel,
okay.
When I talk about it's not made in France.
It is made in France.
No, it isn't, love.
Okay.
Show me. It's not made in France.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
Have a look. It's like
no.
It's not made in China.
Yeah, well, it's not made in France. Yeah, but just don't bump into everything.
Okay, just have a look because I can't see.
Sandro, France, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's their headquarters.
Yes, it just has to be made in.
Fabric in Romania.
Oh, Romania. Some Romanian orphanage, little fingers.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's still Europe.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hannah. When I buy
Europe.
The stuff I buy, a lot of the stuff, the especially the Japanese selvage denim, it's made in Japan.
Okay, yeah.
And, my
did you
AG
really check it? Did you check it?
Yes, I did.
That
Yes,
long
I did.
coat you got was made in China.
Okay.
China.
So, do you want to introduce the show, Daniel?
Yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage and Hannah Andrews.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you, my Prince Daniel. Again...
Where's the guest,
Jake,
David?
Okay, Jake was supposed to be here, but he's working, so it's really bad we haven't had Jake for ages here, but hopefully we'll try and figure out a way to schedule it so that he is available for the next And That's Why We're Not Together.
I'm just wondering, where is our guest?
Hannah, you're part of this show as well.
I know,
Why don't you book a guest? I always book guests. You know what I mean?
I tried to book a guest, and you reject all my guests.
I've never rejected a guest.
You do.
That's not true.
You only accept one, and then
That's
I suggested so many people, and you just said,
bring them?
No, it's not my style. Well, I suggested this film critic who met so many famous people.
Yes, but I'd love to have him on.
So many different stories.
Yeah, Daniel.
It's not me.
That's
it's not me.
absolutely not true, Daniel.
Daniel, what do you have to say?
Yeah, well, I can't remember if you said a load of people, but
That's one person, and we'd love to have him on.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course,
He's
anytime.
not transgender or anything.
Um,
Him, her, she, me, we.
I saw Rosie O'Donnell last night.
Oh shit! Why didn't I come?
Well, so Rosie O'Donnell. People would know. I suppose people know who Rosie O'Donnell is.
Why didn't I go?
Rosie O'Donnell was a big star in the kind of 80s and 90s. Knocked around with Madonna, did films, and
She was in a famous sitcom.
Yeah, and had her own chat show, and she was very, very big. But apparently, like I didn't realize this, she's adopted 5 kids. Did you know that?
Yeah, so what? I mean, all the movie stars and big people.
So what?
Adopted kids.
Wait a second.
Madonna, she went on to Africa and cherry-picked kids from different...
Daniel, so what? Like, I mean, honestly, so what? So what? Like, I mean, it's not some casual thing that you can just walk
they
out.
They shouldn't, because she's fucked up in the head. They shouldn't let her. Who is? Rosie O'Donnell.
How do you know?
Well, we can see on
What?
That she's not well in the head. The stuff she's saying, the shit she's come up with.
What are you talking about, Anna?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Based on what?
The cut fights she has with all these different stars.
No, because you're saying because of Trump is attacking her. So you're on Trump's side.
I'm not on Trump's side. I think she's crazy.
She's absolutely...
He's bonkers, but she's crazy.
Well, that's fucking... I thought it'd be nice to have her on the show, but how are we supposed to have her on the show now if you're going...
Is she around?
Yeah, she lives in Ireland.
No fucking way.
Nice going, Hannah.
Nice going.
Well done.
We can still have...
No, well, I mean, I have to cut that stuff out, right?
We can still have on the show. How come she lives in Ireland? Is she hiding? She's hiding? You know, like, where did she adopt the kids? From Ireland or from Africa? Or from Romania? What?
Did you know she was in Ireland, Daniel?
Yeah, well, I knew because you told me, but yeah.
No, what is she doing here? Is she allowed to stay?
What is wrong with you, Hannah?
What is wrong with me?
But you know, well, if we put this out, Rosie O'Donnell will never come on our show. But
who knows? She likes the challenge.
Oh Jesus! Anyway,
it's like, you know, it's like pre-roast. She used to be really good. You know, she used to participate in different roasts.
Okay, so anyway, I saw Rosie O'Donnell last night in the Crack Den. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, Rosie O'Donnell, I didn't realise this, has adopted 5 children, Hannah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she's got tons of money.
Right,
nothing to do.
Wait a second. Jesus Christ. Why are you so hard? You don't. You know
a bit
nothing.
bitter there, Hannah.
Yeah, but you know nothing. You literally know nothing about. I know nothing. I know nothing about this woman.
I've been theatrical. Okay.
Okay.
So I haven't been really like that serious, all right?
Okay. So
just chill out.
Okay.
This is a comedy show.
The point is,
we are light speaking people.
Okay.
I'm not giving a sentence to a woman. Okay. I'm not sentencing the woman. I'm not a judge.
Okay, but the point is, like, it's a big deal, I think, to adopt a kid. Like, I mean, I don't think I'd be eligible.
No, you're not.
Right.
You tried to adopt the dog. You tortured it.
Hannah, sweet Mother Divine Jesus, Hannah. It's a big right. So it's not like so what? To adopt a child is a big deal, and you have to be a really good person and very.
Does she have a husband or partner?
She's lesbian.
Okay, so but does she? Does she have a partner?
I don't know.
A husband.
How
she can have a. My God, women also have husband. This is my husband.
Yeah, she's a lesbian and she's married to a husband.
Yeah, they call
Oh, you mean a lesbian?
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, the point is, she's adopted 5 children. It's quite something. Yeah. That's all I was trying to say. But it's not, you're kind of dismissing it.
I'm just thinking maybe they shouldn't be called. You know why?
Oh, God.
Because children, they need usually a mother and a father. And my friend She's over 50, and she got in vitro IVF. She's single, so she got pregnant. She never told anyone that she's gonna have a child. Went off and gave birth. Was very difficult. The child barely survived. She almost died, and we can say it's a miracle. It might be, but also I'm just questioning, do we need another family which is not full family, which is...
Okay, first of all, you know nothing about this person. Number one,
I do know.
listen,
David,
Hannah,
what I'm
it's okay.
saying
All
is
I'm trying to
it's a single mother. To be a single mother
Hannah,
is extremely difficult.
Hannah, this particular
I've been in that
this
position. I'm not talking about Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay,
Being a single mother.
When were you a single mother, Hannah?
When we split up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was a single mother.
Okay, for how long?
You used to see kids, and that's fair, but like you weren't there, David.
When?
Because you were somewhere else during, bringing up kids.
I mean, do you mean when I was drinking?
Yeah, but you were not present in their life. I mean, you were trying your best, and I'm not giving out to you, but truly, you were not a role model. That's what boys need. They need a strong role male model, as women as well. So it is really necessary to be a single parent, either mother or father, is extremely difficult and extremely damaging for a kid. So just saying, sure, she's a hero, not Rosie, is a friend of mine, and it's brilliant that she did it, but is that maybe from ego, desires, I want to have a child no matter what. I don't need to give him the father. I don't need to give the child, I'm going to rear it on my own.
Well, all I would say is if the children are being adopted, they're in desperate need of being nurtured and protected and supported, right? So you have, it might be anyone, but particular Rosie O'Donnell, because I saw her last night and she was talking about it. I mean, she's a very, very wealthy woman, so she can provide care, support, whatever. And she's done it to 5 kids.
Maybe she could adopt to 10. I'll be even better.
I was impressed by it. But anyway, Rosie was the kind of one of the first people to come out, in the 80s as a lesbian. So she's quite courageous, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And and I remember being a very funny stand-up. But I think she was on The View, and I think she was outspoken in her criticism of Trump, and it must have got under Trump's skin. Really, when you think about it, like he's the sitting president, the most powerful position pretty much in the world, and he's still, when he gets the opportunity, he has a go at her. Trump. Mm-hmm. You think that's you think that's funny, but the only problem is the ramifications of that is that there's a huge group of people in the United States that fucking hate Rosie O'Donnell, and so I think it must be quite difficult if you're living in, let's say, New York or wherever, and you're going out into the street with your kids, and you're getting these fucking looks and stares and kind of whatever. People telling you go on, yeah, fucking wanker or whatever, right?
They don't speak like that in the States.
Well, whatever the equivalent is, Hannah. So so I think she felt so under pressure, and so that she came to Ireland to try and.
Oh, is that the reason?
Yeah, well, that's why I assume. I think that's the part of the reason. But so anyway, yesterday I saw her, and she was talking about how welcomed she feels in Dublin. Like she'd be sitting in a pub. How are you, Rosie? Yeah, fucking have a drink. Trump's a fucking wanker. Because the Irish do have a lot of empathy, and we don't like people being bullied, and we do identify with the underdog, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like the fact.
He called her fat.
But what's amazing about Trump, like you could say he's won. What the fuck is he? What does he care about a comedian? Why is he making comments about her?
Don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, but I like though the fact that she's obviously protective of her kids. Doesn't want them to grow up in an environment where people are ripping into them and bullying them because Rosie O'Donnell is her mother. So she wants to get away from that atmosphere, right?
Not many people remember Rosie O'Donnell, like nowadays.
That's probably a good thing for her. They wouldn't know her though in the States.
Yeah.
Because people would be. You see, we're very kind of dislocated from the atmosphere in the States. Because it's very divided over there, isn't it?
Well, it's divided
Trump
everywhere.
Okay.
It's divided in Ireland as well.
Yeah, but anyway,
So
what was
it's
interesting? What was
a
interesting?
sign of our times.
But just forget about whether you agree or disagree with anything that Rosie O'Donnell says. I think
I don't even know her.
Oh
David.
yeah, either do I.
I was very theatrical.
I know you were.
Stop. I have no opinion. Truly, I'm trying to be funny. Okay,
yeah.
Because
okay.
you're not. So I was trying to entertain people.
All I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree with someone. Just the idea of being disrespectful, especially to a woman, and she's got all these kids and living in an atmosphere where people are aggressive or in her face or threatening her or whatever the fuck. Not a good place to be, especially with your kids. And so I'm just glad that not her, it could be her, it could be any woman is in a place where they feel safer. That's all.
As far as I remember, she's not really like the most polite and shy person. Have you ever listened? I think she goes on the rants. And I don't even know who she supports or no. But
she's not a shrinking violet. Yeah, she's outspoken. Well, also she's Irish, right? O'Donnell.
Okay, but who is not Irish?
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
I think
like in other words,
everybody in the world is Irish.
Actually, that's
Barack Obama is Irish.
It's a good point, actually, Hannah. You're saying like this didn't happen in a vacuum. In other words, Rosie O'Donnell, there's a consequence, I guess, standing up, putting your head above the parapet, and having opinions, strong voices. And then people would say, "Jesus, what's wrong with Rosie O'Donnell?" In the same way, people would look at the Gallagher brothers, in Oasis. Jesus, they're very kind of. No, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just Irish. So she's just Irish. So she's in the right place, and it's good. I'm just saying.
Welcome home.
Well, all I'm saying is, just listening to her last night, she's got a very strong, like literally a very good voice, and she held the room, held her own. Hadn't done comedy in about 6 months, and I thought she was quite impressive.
Okay, I wish I went to see her.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna find out. She's a very opinionated woman and very, very sharp.
Yeah.
And very, very...
good. And I think maybe that's... Do you know what it is, actually? Again, saying that, because she's a woman, in particular, that's what really probably got under Trump's skin. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a misogynist element to the fact that he's can't let her go and is making attacks. Go on. Are you reading it?
I just want to...
Okay, let's move on. Hannah. So you were saying you were listening to some interview. You were listening to some commentator who's talking about Meghan and Harry.
Meghan and Harry.
It's a bit of a Downton Abbey kind of situation,
Downtown Abbey.
Downtown. Well, in the sense that, Meghan and Harry, they want to be. They like the sort of the royal family.
She calls herself Sussex. What did she say to some friends? She said, "Oh, I'm not Meghan Markle. I'm Sussex."
Yeah.
Duchess of Sussex. She's as Duchess of Sussex as
so they like
Queen of Poland.
So they like all the trappings of royalty. They like
trappings.
The trappings.
The creme de la creme of being royal.
They like all the stuff that goes with being in royalty. They like all the
freebies.
But the freebies.
Yeah,
but also
of other people's money.
The letters of the and she wants to be called Meghan Sussex, but they she accused the royal family, or they called them the firm, of being racist. But of course, colonialism was based on racism. The wealth of the British Empire was the foundations of it was
like
superiority.
David Chappelle, what did he say? This is like epitome of being racist.
The epitome of being racist.
Yeah. British Empire.
So on the it's quite weird though. So Harry was agreeing with Meghan. I think there was a controversy at the time where there was a comment made by some member of the royal family, what color will the baby be? Or
apparently that's not a weird question.
But
because if the people of race, they you would think they are the most beautiful children. They are born from darker skin and white.
But I can imagine your man Prince Philip probably say, "Oh, I wonder what color the baby's going to be." But the point is, it's just like from a different.
And they white as milk, actually.
So from Daniel. So what I'm trying to say is, Harry exposed his family in an interview, and he said, "Yeah, they're racist," and they made this comment. So now his dad, King Charles, right, has cut Harry off. He doesn't talk to him anymore. Apparently, this is what. And a recent interview came out that Harry has no contact with his father. But I've got my two sons. I mean, I can't even imagine what those two lads would need to do for me not to want to talk to them. It seems very, very harsh. His dad is a bit of a wanker. Definitely Harry's a bit of a wanker.
I don't know. You never heard Charles speaking about it, so you only based on Harry's opinion.
I know, but the
fact
that
Harry tells the truth.
But this is by the way, folks, we're not deeply involved here. This is just I
don't even know anything. I just heard the interview.
It's like Netflix, it's like Downton Abbey. Charles, Harry called us racist. I will never talk to that boy again. But I think we are. Yeah, so it doesn't matter whether we are or not. The fact that he would throw his disloyalty. We won't have this disloyalty in the family. Well, I guess, would you, honestly, Hannah, do you think it was disloyal of Prince Harry to say that his family was racist publicly?
Listen, what he wrote about the family, Harry, disclosed little private secrets about his dad. I thought it was heartbreaking. He was telling that his dad is not real man, and he was holding on to blanket or some teddy bear. Oh yeah, that's what he said.
Oh yeah, what you see?
I thought that actually that comment was so unfair,
disloyal.
It's just like he revealed something so personal about his dad.
No, but it is
who is a king.
Yeah,
and who he would never do that. There's certain,
who would never do what?
You would never do it about someone who is close to you.
You would never do it about your father, Hannah.
Yeah, your father, not only a father, someone who
a member of your family.
Member of your family, you want to protect
right,
them.
But I'm saying when something is published, it's one thing saying it out there or speaking behind people's backs or whatever, or just gossiping. But when something is published, it's there
forever.
There's something about it that's kind of a lot worse. The written word seems to be, what did they say? Word is mightier than the sword. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, pen's mightier than the sword.
I know, and also I heard a little bit of the interview, and Harry with the interview, BBC with Harry.
Yeah.
And Harry is complaining, "Oh, it's such a pity. I am not able to bring my wife and my children to my home country.
To my homeland.
To my homeland.
Yeah.
I miss England, and my children will never." Because I think they're not going to supply security for him.
Oh, listen, Hannah, it's ridiculous.
Who cares? No, come in. No one really even want to talk to you, Harry.
Hannah, they're so privileged. Hannah, we had nothing. We were bloody nothing. You were pregnant with Daniel. We were living in tent in fucking Würzburg, and you were 6 months. We were we had nothing. These people have multi millions of dollars. Live your fucking life. And, enjoy your garden, mate. Do some gardening. What do you want? There's such little scammers.
Yeah, if you're afraid of your security, bring your own security. You've got tons of money. Arrange for you guys if you feel unsafe. What's the problem? Anyway, each time they come in, they always stay in some royal properties in some royal family. I don't know. No, I'm not following, but they definitely not looking for Airbnb or some hostels. But stay.
Anyway, I've seen, the way that you could say there's boredom and then there's rural Irish boredom. Where you're out in the middle of wherever. In Daniel, why are you yawning while I'm talking?
He's a bit sick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Daniel okay, he's a bit sick. You're on antibiotics, son, yeah?
Yeah.
You're feeling a bit better though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm trying.
You're not trying hard enough, sir.
Yeah.
But
You're kicked out from this royal family.
no, but rural. But there's arrogance, and then there's British arrogance, and British arrogance that's sort of deep seated in their DNA. That belief that it's not that they think they know they are superior, they are better. I mean, you can see it in the generational wealth, these big landed gentry in their giant houses, and they live like gods.
But then,
and so it just shows you the lack of. I mean, I don't know. You know, blood is thicker than water. I can't imagine me like if a member of my family said something off. I was going to say off color or something, you know, racist saying. Well, I know,
David,
I know,
that
yeah, but we don't know.
racist.
We don't know. I'm saying, okay.
I don't think it was racist.
Okay, forget about that comment. But even if they said something racist, Jesus Christ, I'm not going to throw a member of my own family under the bus publicly, am I?
But David, we talking
Do you know what I'm
about
saying?
tons
Like
of money.
my father, and then an interview. Do you know what my father said? For fuck's sake, you know, you don't, huh? What?
But David, you can't compare this because what we're talking about is Harry's entitlement to a lot of things. What they said, what Queen Elizabeth said, I'm sorry, you can't just go away and have all the privileges. You need to choose because, royal family, they also represent the country and they have certain roles they play.
Yeah, do you have some of that Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
I know what you mean. And actually, there is a, you know, in the same way you have Michael D. Higgins here, he's a figurehead of the Irish public, you know, and he's a very charming man, Michael D. Is he not a charming man?
He's very charming.
Well, go on, say what you've got to say, Hannah. You're getting more ambitious as you get older. I like it.
It's just like, you know, I'm hanging around with you. It rubs off me.
Yeah. Well, so it's nice to have figureheads, and you know, from a touristy point of view for the UK, to have these people arriving at grand openings and opening this, and knighting these people and all that.
Yeah, and
my
listen,
lord and sir.
So many people are just coming to England, to London, to see Royal Buckingham Palace. You know, all this. It's like a theatre.
Although I must say, there's something really gross, fundamentally, philosophically, quite tortuous about people being born into a title. You know, the fact that just because of how I was born, you know, you're my lord, I have to be all deferential. Fuck that.
Okay, build your own wealth.
I'm not. It's not about wealth. It's just about this, where you know, you have to be suddenly kind of.
You don't have to.
Yeah, but they are born. They're into all that stuff. Some of them are.
My lord, like who says my lord?
My lord. When you meet when you're in the UK in London and some Lord Boothby arrives. Yes, Lord. You don't call him. How are you, Johnny?
I don't call him.
Yeah, because you've never met a lord, Hannah.
Yes, I did meet lords.
When?
When I was in England.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, who?
And I don't know, but I didn't call them lords.
Yeah, but you did, Hannah.
No.
She thinks
in the same sir, or like what, you know, like
Sir Bob Geldof.
Sir Bob Geldof. I didn't call him Sir Bob Geldof.
I do. I kneel. I genuflect when I see.
And also, like they were, you know, like minister coming to RTE. I was making them up. I never called them minister. I called them Johnny. Would you sit your bottom on the chair? And I slap a bit of makeup on you.
Oh God. Daniel, how long have we been broadcasting?
29 minutes.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
It feels much longer.
Feels longer. Yeah. Will we take a little break and then imagine what we're going to talk about, Daniel, for 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's move right along. Beautiful sunny day. Yes, we're going to visit Jack soon. When are we going to visit Jack?
Oh, we don't have a date yet.
Well, you have to pick a date.
Okay, so maybe not.
Because
Maybe not in public because it would take too long time to look up dates.
Well, we don't have to look at dates, but well, yes, but it's not boring for me because I like the idea. I haven't been back in Amsterdam. I think since we left there in 92 or something, 91. I don't think I've been back in Amsterdam since then.
I think you've been going through. I did go a few times.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I'd love to. I'd personally, for old time's sake, or for a bit of nostalgia, just do a tour of the street that we met on, which was just near Lights of Plain. Why do you have that silly grin on your face?
I don't know. I'm just smiling at you. Like, what? Am I grinning?
No, because I was
I just want the public to know. Am I smiling or grinning?
So
do I have a goofy smile?
So I met this Australian street performer, a dulcimer player. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to repeat yourself, huh?
So his name was Lindsay Buckland. I think he's still gigging and so on.
Lindsay Buckland, if you're out there and listening to it, we want to have you as a guest.
I hope he's doing well. And so I was sitting with Lindsay at a cafe, and I looked up the street, and you were there standing outside, getting people to come in to eat at the restaurant.
So hot.
Right. So that was 91, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1991.
1991. Oh. Anyway, I'd love to go back there and have a look at that place.
And I remember I used to work in a pizzeria, but it was run by Turkish people, I think.
So what?
Nothing.
But they pretended they were Italian.
They were pretending they were Italian. One thing. Second, that they wouldn't let you keep the tip. So all the tips were supposed to go to the jar, and then they divided it between people.
So I don't know how they kept the lion's share.
I remember once I got this tip of 50. Was it euro?
Guilders.
Whatever. Like, it was like a really big money, and I put it, I think, in my bra, and my hands are shaking because you were afraid they were watching. They were watching.
Oh yeah, they were real watchy little bastards. Because I remember I'd pick you up. I'd go there and where you're working, and you'd see these guys looking at me because obviously they had their eyes on you, and they saw me. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I was quite innocent, and I'm kind of looking at them, and they'd be like looking at me like,
yeah, they very.
Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. She's our girl. Anyway, woohoo! We had quite a time there. My God, it was so cold. You remember we were busking and you were Hannah. So I was busking in this miserable, like in the middle of winter in Amsterdam on some sort of isolated street, and I'd be there. And there was this other little guy, but Hannah would be out sometimes.
I did never. I've never gone with the hat. No, I didn't.
But I just remember Hannah's just being so freezing all the time.
I was freezing, but I never gone with it.
Never.
No, you got that old guy who was busking, who was collecting hat for you. Gruntas, potatoes, and he was going round.
Yeah, there was some little Dutch guy, and he'd be the equivalent, I guess you call it in Ireland. He'd be a culture, like he'd be, but he'd be the Dutch equivalent. He'd be just singing about vegetables, potatoes.
I think he said you're gonna perform, and he's gonna collect the hat, and he will get a cat.
Oh yeah.
So he was, and then he probably was saying for potatoes, vegetables.
Oh, I see.
For food.
For food. Okay. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. So you mean? So I'm singing, how many roads must a man? And he's going gruntas, patatas.
Yeah.
He's saying he wants food for vegetables and potatoes. I thought he was singing some stupid fucking song. But listen, Hannah, I don't know what you're laughing at, because that's how I supported you for 20 years, wasn't it?
What do you mean you supported me for 20 years? Okay, we're not gonna. We're not gonna go.
Barely supported you. I did some good.
No, you did some good. You actually did pay for my makeup course, and I went to London, and I had a really good time. Stay with your friend Paul Durley.
Paul Durley, and but Hannah.
Yes.
I was there for Daniel when he was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when he was a teenager.
Yeah, because we had separated. Do we have to talk about it? And that's why we're not together. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm not saying what you brought it up.
Paul Chowdhury's coming over here to play in the 3Olympia in September.
Oh, yeah? Did he sell out?
I don't know. I don't think it's on sale yet, but I'm going to have to. Oh, yeah, and also John Colleary is performing in the 3Olympia, I think, for the first time.
Oh, right. I want to see him. Very, very funny guy.
Actually, maybe you could just have him on the... I'm just going to...
Why is the toilet paper on there?
Will I just call him up? Just to give him a shout out.
Yeah. He has to entertain us first.
Is that there like that?
Well, we don't need to have a long podcast. I think short is better. Some crazy, Rosie O Donnell mistaken for Roseanne Barr.
Oh, there he is. There's it. Hey, Johnny. Listen, me and Hannah and Daniel are doing the podcast. You're on the speakerphone right now.
And we have nothing to say. That's why we're calling you.
God, Hannah, you're unbelievable. Can you hear me, John?
I can, yeah.
Well, listen, no, because we were just talking about Rosie O Donnell, right? And then Hannah didn't realise, she thought she was talking about Roseanne Barr. So she was bitch. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But listen, no, I just saw that you're playing the 3Olympia. When are you? Because I want to give you a shout out. I'm sure you've sold out.
Great. 15th of May, next Thursday week.
Is that your first time performing?
I've done slots in there before, but it's the first time I've done my own.
Yeah. I was absolutely fucking delighted to see you performing in the 3Olympia, where you should be, sir, where you should be. And I bumped into somebody yesterday, and he said, "Yeah, I'm going to see Colleary in the 3Olympia," because I think he saw you. I can't remember where he saw you, but anyway, yeah, it's a nice gig though.
Yeah, it's lovely. I think I did it with you one night when you were doing it.
Oh, right.
A warm up.
A couple of years ago. I don't know how long ago. Probably about 20 years ago. It could have been 5 years ago.
And you know the terrible thing. When you're doing fucking radio shows, right? And so John Colleary here. He's doing the 3Olympia. John, can you make fun of anything? What questions do they ask you? Or have you ever said something? Have you ever called somebody a fucking cunt or something? What do they say? The standard questions, the awful questions.
Where do you get your ideas?
Where do you get your ideas from?
Yeah, where do you get your ideas from?
Yeah, from my head.
I've got such what's the word, allergy to that. I mean, I know the TV AM, it's good, but I can't go on the TV AM morning thing. It just freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm doing the 6 o'clock show tomorrow, actually.
Okay. Good luck with that. Well, you're fine with that, John, because everybody loves you.
Stop, will you? Go out of that.
They do now, John, and you know well what you're doing.
Listen,
my madness spills out all the time, but John is able to contain his madness.
Yeah.
And then he goes.
A culty.
No, he's a culty.
Is he?
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Countryside.
Okay, but anyway, John basically contains his madness, right? And then when you're talking to him, God, he's a really nice guy. But then he goes off. He drives off somewhere and just stares at trees and stone walls.
That's the truth.
And he gets rid of his anger that way.
Yeah, but it's all like non-threatening.
What?
It's not threatening madness.
Okay, go on, John. Sorry.
I remember you saying, and you were right too, and it used to annoy me a little bit, but you were right about it. You were right about it. You used to say, hey, look at Colleary pretending to be normal. And I used to think, that's right, man. Yeah. That's right.
Well, anyway, listen. Sorry, what's the date again? Because I'm going to clip this and put it up on the
15th, Thursday week, the 15th.
So this is a big deal for me, for John, for all of us. It's a bigger deal for John Colleary.
Can we come?
Thursday the 15th. Of course, I'm sure John can, Thursday the 15th of May, John Colleary is playing in the 3Olympia, and the guy is up there. He's at the top tier in comedy. Fucking brilliant. Can't wait.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you for gracing us with your comedy stylings.
Go on out of that.
Go way out of that. And also, I have to say that the Savage Eye probably wouldn't have happened without John Colleary, because I was doing a thing called fucking Oh No It's McSavage on RTE. This is way back 2007, 2008, and they rejected me, and I was just fucking lying in bed crying on me cock for about 3 months. And then who arrives at the door but John Colleary, and he says, come on, we'll just make something ourselves. John Colleary fucking said that.
That's the
me
spirit.
and Colleary and Goldsberry and other people, we made this thing called Head Wreckers, and then RT picked up on that and asked us to make another pilot, which turned out to be The Savage Eye.
That's right.
So John Colleary is the man. He's been on. Yeah.
And we'll be putting The Savage Eye back on RTE very soon.
We will. No, but listen, I hopefully I can get down there, John. And who else is going to be there with you on the night? I'm not going to put. Will your missus be there?
Well, Janet will be there, and a couple of friends from Sligo, and so on and so forth.
Well, your man Jet is a good egg. He's a good bloke, Jet Desmond.
Yes, that's right.
So who's doing the warm up?
Who's doing the warm up?
Bob Hennigan's doing it.
Bob Hennigan.
You know Bob from Ballina, County Mayo.
Yes. Okay, well, no, just so I'm going to clip this and I'm going to put out a little thing because I'm delighted for you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And
awesome.
What's the weather in Sligo?
What's the weather in Sligo, Hannah? Go on.
Absolutely sunny, super sunny, beautiful.
Yes.
I'm just being Irish.
It's a good idea to get the summer out of the way early, I find.
What does that even mean?
Get it over. Yeah, get it done and over. Yeah, that's funny.
Get it over with so we can get at the rain.
Yeah, we love the rain.
So you can just stay at home by the fire.
John, you are a diamond among the dull stones of Sligo. Can't wait to see the gig.
Oh, well, what John thinks about Harry?
Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, Harry's interview. Did he hear interview?
What does John Colleary think about Prince Harry?
Heard. Yes.
I think Prince Harry is going to make a wonderful pope.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. That's a joke. Yeah.
It's a valid question.
Well,
but
it is a good point. Like, who's going to be the next James Bond? Who's going to be the Pope? I don't know. Like, could be fucking, Anyway. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one there. Listen, thanks a million, John. I just wanted to.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. I'll see you on the night. If you don't, would that be cool if I just went in and said hello? And
please do.
You don't? Do you want? Maybe I don't. Will you tell me to fuck off? I don't know.
I'll put your name.
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't fucking put me on the pest list. I'll just can't. No, don't worry. Don't worry about all that shit. No, we'll just pop in to just to wish you well or something.
Okay.
Feed you a bowl of cornflakes. Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
Give him a banana there.
Brilliant, John. Talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers. Okay.
Why is it so wrong to ask John about what does he think about Harry?
That's like asking my dad.
Yeah, like he has an opinion. You probably listen to it.
I couldn't.
That could be funny.
This.
Your dad loves probably, the
Daniel,
whole
anything else that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I mean.
I can't hear you, son. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe who's going to be the next pope, but.
Yeah, they started. They started
the conclave. So this ancient ritual whereby these people kind of lock themselves up and they draw straws or whatever, but in a very
the straw they write on. It's a handwriting on a piece of paper, and it didn't change for centuries. Like,
it's funny. I wonder, would somebody, like who's going to be the next James Bond? If it would be funny if one of the popes wrote Idris Elba. And then they go, Cadiara, Idris Elba. Is this a joke?
No, it isn't, because the next pope is gonna be Black Pope.
Oh,
African Pope.
How do you know that?
Yes, I know. I've heard.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we had...
Well, if you know, like, how do you know?
Okay, like, that's what they're saying. But that's true, because the biggest... concentration of Catholics and believers are in Africa.
Jesus, I remember when John Paul II became Pope. Like the Irish, the Irish almost thought it was their Pope. They did the reaction. I mean, this is going back 1980.
70.
No, it's not. No, 1979. When the Pope John Paul II came here, I mean, basically all of Ireland went out to see him. And I mean, when he said, "Ireland, look like this, Ireland. I love you." I mean, it's funny. Like, why didn't they say to him, "Can you just learn how to speak English a bit better, mate?" But because he was a real old dude, wasn't he? Ireland, I love you. He sounds like your dad, actually, a little bit.
Yeah, because, like, he probably spoke Latin, Italian.
Yeah.
And he didn't need to speak.
But it was so funny, you know
English.
those people who were just so captured by the whole Catholic thing, and they were going, "He's got the whole world in his hands. Come on, the Pope, Your Holiness." And then when he said, "Ireland, I love you," and then all the nuns crying their eyes out.
Yeah, all the
He's got the whole world.
They gathered all the abused children.
Oh, Jesus.
And all the abused nuns.
Oh, Jesus.
And they were just like,
I was talking to a mate of mine, though, the other day, and she was saying that in all religions, all that shit goes on.
Oh, yeah.
It was very focused, and rightfully so, and exposed correctly, absolutely. And if this atmosphere of hypervigilance protects one child, it's a good thing. Hallelujah.
Definitely.
Thank you. But in all religions, this stuff happens. So this power that people have within these religious communities corrupts people. So it hasn't come out.
The next step is going to be Buddhism. And Buddhist monks and
okay. But anyway,
and
so we talk about the Catholic. We can do all the different religions. So there you go.
Could you imagine in a Muslim?
Well, Camille, the thing is, I'm just reluctant to talk about religions that I wasn't in. So I don't want to hurt.
Oh God! Huh? But it's like you can't have opinion about anything.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
You're afraid.
I just want to.
You're chicken shit. You're a wuss.
Yeah, because you. Need to.
You became a chicken shit. Just.
You know the way it's like homophobia, this phobia, that phobia. I'm just people. Militant people phobia, activist, fucking very freaked out people phobic. You know what I mean? So, but that's the issue, right? Like everyone's given their opinions nowadays, and it's not that people shouldn't have a voice, but a lot of people shouldn't be listened to. You know what I mean? Just and that was before social media. I mean, talking about the 70s, 80s, people were not there. Was it a better time?
But also, you don't stick to your opinion like forever, know? Yeah, like you change your opinion. You get to know something else tomorrow, you might, change your opinion.
Do you know what's so funny? You know the way, like, let's say, in the daytime, you're thinking about that fucker over there, that fucker. And you are, that thought is just right on top of you. It's almost like possessed you. And I think, isn't that what meditation is, where you're trying to, you're not saying that thought isn't there, but you're just trying to pull back from it. Like it's not
observe.
You observe the thought as opposed to be the fucking thought.
Yes.
So to all my Irish brothers and sisters, I would say just observe the thought. Don't get attached. Don't get attached to it. And
let
how
them
do you
pass?
Yeah, but it's funny. Like there's an actual way to do it, but it's very difficult. Like you can't maybe just imagine you're in a room. You're in a room. Okay, you're in a room. We can all imagine that. You're in a fucking room, right? And then, I hate my neighbor, right? So there you go. And so I'm observing that thought, like it's on a conveyor belt. Neighbor. So, but you're just, when does the thought come into your head? Like, is it just there? Like, I'm getting confused now.
Yeah, it's called mindfulness.
Okay, go on. Explain mindfulness to me, Daniel.
Well, it's like when thoughts like come over your head, like like seagulls or something.
Yeah, right. Very good.
And they just come over, and you just observe them, and then eventually the thought goes away.
So you just right. So it's like it's right. But the seagull, very good, right. So the thought comes like a seagull, just flapping around, right. Yeah. But then sometimes the seagull is like right. It's right there, but you're trying to just pull back and look at the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's like especially good when you have like a good view of something, like when you can observe things.
Do you mean when you're out in the wild?
Yeah, or just like anywhere, just like
so
when you're not
you
mean when you're not inside?
When you're not inside.
Not in a confined area.
Well, that's
so okay.
That makes sense. So you literally have to physicalize the sort of being observation of thoughts. So you have to be outside. Because I made.
No, you don't have to be outside, but it helps maybe.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just looking for one definite answer here.
So like,
there's not one.
Yeah, but I mean, you
answer.
love that.
But like, so like, eventually, when you get good at it, like you can control your thoughts. Like you can think when you want to think. rather than thinking when it just comes to you.
Yeah, so you
And
control
take over.
control the seagull. Control. So the seagulls are there. They're not going away. They're just going. "Ah, ah," and you're going. Okay, now let the thoughts
You
go.
go. Psh.
You could. Right. Very good. You know that where Newton kind of observed gravity, right?
Well, who's calling you?
That's you, Hannah.
Oh, the Jackush.
Oh, kurwa.
Hello, Jack. You're on you're on the podcast. You're on a speakerphone.
Oh, sorry.
No.
We want to know what's going on.
Oh, I'm in Paris.
Oh, you're in Paris.
Yes.
Oh, ooh la la.
And PSG are playing in the semi-final tonight in the Champions League.
What's PSG? Paris
Saint-Germain.
Saint-Germain. Remember, I got you original shirt from Paris Saint-Germain.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me
Very
Benjamin.
nice. Great present.
Where are you now, son?
I'm just in Sinead's. I'm here with Uns.
Hi, Unsi.
Hey guys.
She's trying to hide away.
Why?
What is she hiding? We want to know. What is she hiding?
Why is she hiding?
No, sometimes when you're just like.
She wasn't hiding the other day when I was talking to her when you guys were in Barcelona. She was desperate to tell me stuff, and then Jack was going.
Uns, were you after a few cocktails?
Yes.
Yes. After quite a few cocktails.
It's funny, it makes us also.
And then I ended the call and she said, "Did I say something I shouldn't have said?"
No, yeah, you were about to say something that you shouldn't have said. Guess where we're going? Okay, bye. Anyway, is it nice where you are, Daniel, Jack?
Yeah. Sinead's apartment is lovely. We're near the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah.
How long are you going to be there for?
Till Friday.
Oh, very nice.
Jack, did you call your granddad, Polish granddad?
I was just calling. I thought you might have been Polish. I'm calling him now after this.
Yeah, just don't tell him that I'm coming in the weekend because it's a surprise.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, I was listening to the Fabu D podcast. It's very, very good.
He's something else, isn't he? Dressing up as a leprechaun, going on the march.
Yeah,
but
what I don't understand is why was he criticized for that?
I know people hate him.
No,
and
he was
negative.
He was criticized by
comments. Like all the comments were very negative.
He was criticized.
No. But I'm wondering why. Because
he said that.
But wait, because he's obviously, the certain people think because he said that joke about
the Irish will be extinct.
Getting rid of the Irish people. Obviously, it's a joke, but if he dresses up as a leprechaun and goes to the Orange March, that's like it's
funny.
It's a joke, but it's very pro-Irish. It's very
that's
what doesn't make sense to me. Why was he getting?
Because they're selective in their. Everyone is selective in their outrage. Everybody's obsessed about their own particular issue.
So are they just saying he went to an Orange March?
No, I see what you're saying. Oh, Oh yeah, no.
That he betrayed Irish.
No, I think there's
but people are stupid.
But there is
and they see what they want to see.
There is a serious failure of sense of humor. I think he's a great. The things that he's doing actually are quite challenging for people. And I saw that interview with Hector, for fuck's sake, and it was a throwaway line. And if you take something like that seriously, for fuck's sake, it's almost like people are like just desperate, like they're like horses chomping on the bit, just waiting for somebody to say something that maybe they can slightly get outraged with. Oh, there, he did it, he said it, let's get him, fucking hell.
That's so true, like people want to get outraged.
Oh, they do, absolutely.
Just want to burst
and then you combine that
and be so virtuous and then right.
and then also, so if you throw into the mix OCDness, a bit of other kind of neurological conditions with people,
but
and then
that's just an excuse to be a cunt.
Yeah, well, yes, okay. Jack,
Yeah, but it just still doesn't make sense to me that you would
No, but like
criticize,
they're just like
about
few
the
people
Orange March.
But
having a lot of voice.
it's thrown it up to people. It's such a great thing. So this guy, originally from Nigeria, black, speaking like he's from like a lad from Dublin.
If he's
dressed in
originally from Nigeria, then
she
he
won't
is
let me
black.
finish a sentence.
I'm sorry.
So bad. But you're right, Jack. It is so funny that he's throwing it up to the orange men, and they kind of don't know. They don't know whether their arseholes are punched or bored as regards how to react to Fabu. I thought it was quite a clever thing to do and quite risky, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Why are
Well,
the
he
national?
didn't risk his life, you know, for God's
how
sake.
people take certain things.
Okay, will you dress? What?
I dress as a leprechaun, go to the orange march.
I wouldn't let you go, Hannah.
I mean, it's just like it's not like
Do you
they're
hear this?
throwing bombs
Daniel,
anymore. There's nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, it still is very charged. up there.
Yeah.
Like it's very risky. Like I wouldn't do it.
No.
Very risky, like on a Shankill road. And you go anywhere else.
Well, can you let Jack talk? Go on, Jack. Is Un still there in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's very quiet. It's weird.
I know. What's happening?
What the hell is going on with Uns? Hey, listen. So,
Irish things.
hey, Uns, what are you doing now? What are you guys doing later?
We're gonna go watch the game actually, and it's my birthday soon, so
Oh, when is your
Yeah.
birthday? And
it's a celebration for that.
Well, I'm gonna take Uns out tomorrow night as well.
when
properly,
is her
you know,
birthday?
but-
Tomorrow?
But no, tonight we're gonna see what's going. We're gonna see what's going on tonight because I'm thinking Paris is gonna be very busy, especially if PSG win tonight because they're playing the semi-final of the Champions League against
Okay.
Arsenal,
But Jack,
God,
when is
Jesus.
Anne's birthday exactly?
May 10th.
On May
Okay.
10th.
Okay. Well, listen. Very happy birthday, Uns. And okay. Listen, we have to go now, guys. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't forget to call Jadek.
Don't forget to call Jack. Happy birthday, Uns. See you, Jack. Okay. Boy.
Bye.
Okay. No.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm talking too much.
Oh yeah, but you really
think-
talk. You just
Oh,
interrupt. You won't
I
let
know.
anybody. And then when it
I
comes
know,
to your
it's
turn
the
to talk,
Coca-Cola. It's a poison.
Yeah, but,
I poisoned myself.
ladies
I
and
drank Coke.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into, and that's why we're not together. We apologize for representing people we thought we were talking about. We're very happy for everyone, and thank you, Daniel.
And
Thank
also,
you, Hannah.
there's going to be a link to donate, subscribe, like,
Okay, thank
comment.
you.
We love you. Bye.